I am working out number 65 of chapter 3, applying Newton's second law. In this question, they tell me that there are two blocks that is connected by a lightweight, flexible cord that passes over the frictionless pulley, so there's no friction. So I drew my lightweight and then the flexible cord that connects the two mass together. They told me that mass 1 equals 3 kilograms, and then mass 2 equals 5 kilograms. And then the question is asking me what are the accelerations of each block and what is the tension of the cord. So first, to find the acceleration and tension, I would have to draw the free body diagram. On mass 1, the force is acting on mass 1. I have the tension of the cord pulling it up, and then the gravitational force pulling the mass down. And then for mass 2, it's the same force. I have tension pulling up, and then I have the gravitational force pulling down on mass 2. Then to solve for tension and acceleration, I would do the sum of all y components. And the reason why is y components because there's no forces acting on the x direction. So for mass 1, all the forces in y direction, we have tension and gravitational force going down. And since it's acceleration, I make it equal to mass times acceleration of mass 1. And then for mass 2, I combine all the force and made it equal to acceleration. And then to solve for tension, I solved for t over here, and I went over here, I took this t equals, and I plugged it in this t. Then I have mass 1 acceleration plus mass 1 gravitational force minus mass 2 gravitational force equals negative of mass 2 acceleration. Since mass 2 outweighs mass 1, I would assume that the acceleration for mass 2 would go down, so it would be negative. That's why I put negative right here. And this is positive because this one's accelerating up because mass 2 is pulling down on mass 1 because it's heavier. So once I plug it in, I want to solve for acceleration. I factor out the accelerations and I factor out gravity. And then to solve for acceleration, I divide it by mass 1 plus mass 2 to the other side. And there I have gravitational force times mass 2 minus mass 1. And then divided by mass 1 plus mass 2, plugged in my numbers. I came out with the acceleration of 2.45 meters per second squared. And then for each acceleration, since mass 1 is accelerating up, the acceleration would be positive. Since mass 2 is negative, since mass 2 is pulling it down, that's why the acceleration for mass 2 is negative. Now that I found acceleration, I can go up here and I could plug in acceleration. I know mass 1. I know the mass 1, and then I know the gravitational force. Therefore, I can solve for tension. So mass 1 has 3 kilograms, and then acceleration is 2.45 meters per second squared. And then over here is multiplying gravitational force, 9.81. And once I plugged that in the calculator, I came out with the tension of 36.78 newtons. For that, I answered a problem by solving for the acceleration of each block and the tension of the string.